The most repeated report of what happened on the night of August 7th, 2012 starts very mildly. Captain Romeo was aboard the Master Barutu, a state-of-the-art vessel with a bulletproof hull. They were patrolling just off the coast of Nigeria when they saw a self-propelled barge being encircled by a smaller craft. Romeo ordered the crew to head over and investigate. As soon as they pulled close enough to the smaller vessel, it let out a series of shots in their direction. The shots were unable to penetrate the bulletproof hull, so they pressed on. But before they knew it, a large caliber gun began firing at them from the barge.
So they were chasing the little craft that was patrolling around, while there was several gunshots from the self-propelled barge. So at a point, they wanted to hit the craft to sink it. So in the process, the shooting was just too much. So they were hacks. They advised themselves to retrieve. So there they retrieved. So as they were about to enter the escravos entrance, there they said they ran into the wreck because it was on high tide. So while they were on the wreck, they came out that they should assist to bring down the boat from the wreck. There, according to their reports, my boss came out. He was standing on the side of the boat and was pushing the wreck. There suddenly a wave came and hit the boat from the side, and they fell overboard. Not just him, the captain of the vessel named Henry too fell overboard from the stern. So the people that was with Henry threw life ring for him to bring him on board. But there was one military man standing with my boss, and the military man ran in calling the other people that they should come and help, that Captain Romeo is in the water. In the process, according to their report, another wave hit them again. There it took the boat from the side where it wrecked to the other side. There they lost sight on Captain Romeo. And later they were looking for him. They couldn't find it. That was their report. But from all this, I still don't believe the reports, because I don't believe reports of men. I only believe the reports of God.
My mother would tell me stories about my grandmother fishing late at night on the river. In those days, few pilots would dare guide the large container ships through the narrow waterways at night. Romeo was one of those brave few. Every village had its own foghorn signal for when the pilots returned, and when my grandmother would hear those two long bellows, followed closely by a short blast at that hour of the night, she knew Romeo had made it back. He was barely 20, but he piloted the massive vessels like a seasoned vet with little more than skill and instinct to the dock at the dead of night. It's tragically ironic, 30 years later, this same man, with far more experience and skill, would die at the mouth of that same river on a craft that possessed one of the best maritime navigation systems that money could buy.
A man like Romeo don't just fall down and die. That don't happen. I mean, fall overboard in water. Romeo is a strong, healthy young man. And that, I mean, I hearing that alone, like I said, mysterious. I can't believe that he died with an accident, as it's been explained, as being simple. I just can't swallow that.
Anytime I get to thinking about it too much, of course, I get angry. The sadness part lasted about a couple of days, cried when I heard it. But after that, it was just anger. White, hot anger. And it's the person that I've known since birth. And you just telling me that he died like that? I never get to see him again, never get to laugh. I can't. I just feel like I can't let it go. Somebody has to be brought to justice for this.